Hi, I'm Lou Ryan. I work for Howard Hanna in Pittsburgh, and today we're going to do a little bit of an agent spotlight. My origin story, how I get into real estate and why I picked real estate. I had a very sick child who was in the hospital, children's hospital, and I spent a lot of time there. And when I finally got him well enough to be able to live his life, start to go to school, I needed to do something that gave me flexibility to take care of him. And real estate was really the best choice for me. Before I was a realtor, I was the first female they had ever hired in Pittsburgh to work at the Boy Scouts of America as an Explorer executive. And right after that, I worked for the Pittsburgh Hilton as a regional sales manager covering 15 states. There are three people that made a dramatic impact on my professional journey. The first one was my husband, who really encouraged me to get out of the house and do something. Real estate was a good choice. The second one was Howard Hanna. After I got my license, I'd passed the test. He told me which office would be best suited to my personality. He was 100% right. And the third is Helen Hanna, as corny as that is, but she taught me about focusing on the business and how to understand that this is a sales and service job, that you're helping people. So those are the three people that had the most impact on me. I get to see a lot of interesting things in homes, but I think the coolest trend I like is how technology is being integrated into the house. And old houses and new houses. Obviously, with electric cars, we need plugs in garages, plugs outside of houses so people can charge. But they're starting to have charging stations in houses because we have so many pieces of equipment that need charged that they're starting to integrate those into the house. And also, you know, family room, we call it a game room, we call it a man cave. The name of that is kind of changing. They're changing it, calling it a lounge now. So it's a family lounge. I think back in the day, they called it a rumpus room, which is similar to what it is now. I had an open house. And at the open house, of course, as a realtor, you go early, make sure everything's fine. The owners were there, and they said, don't worry about our cat. No big deal. He's outside, he's inside. You know, we're never really sure where he is, so please don't be concerned about the cat. So did the open house. At the end of the open house, as I was getting ready to leave, the cat was on the front porch, and I let the cat in the house, locked up the house, and left. About an hour later, I got a phone call from my seller saying, whose cat did you lock in our house? So that was probably my most embarrassing moment. I think the most important piece of advice I could give you is that it's exciting to be a realtor, of course. You get to look at houses, you get to live your dream of seeing things, you know, you're helping people, which are all the things you want to do. But in reality, you're a small business owner. Not an entrepreneur, you're not starting a new business, a business that's never been out there. You're a small business owner. Educate yourself. Consider this a business and treat it like a business. Two things I really wish I could change. If I could figure out a way to help change it, I absolutely would. The first one is the threshold for entry. To become a real estate agent, it's a little bit of education and licensing, but everything is pretty much boots on the ground after that, and whatever realty company you get with is supposed to give you classes which you don't have to attend because you're an independent contractor. So I feel like there needs to be some sort of structure, some sort of specific structure in at least each state to prepare people for their real estate license before they actually start to practice. Second thing is, boy, you know, this business is very different. Professionalism is something that is tough in the real estate industry. It's very competitive. I wish the real estate agents could learn to treat each other kindly and realize how important it is that this relationship between the two of you helps close the deal. That's pretty easy. I picked Howard Hanna because of the branding, the longevity of their branding. It started in 1957, and this brand has really grown and been strong throughout. I had a child in Children's Hospital, and they're a big benefactor of Children's Hospital. Money is raised every year for Children's Hospital with Howard Hanna. So their integrity, their professionalism, just the way they handle things, they're a family-owned company, and you feel it when you're here. So branding is important. The best advice I've ever been given is, you do not have time to make all the mistakes you can make. Please learn from other people's. One of my very first jobs was to be a tour guide at Fallingwater. So I got to learn to love art and architecture and basically real estate. I would like to be a pastry chef. I love pastries, and I try very hard, unsuccessfully sometimes, successfully sometimes, to make pastries, so pastry chef. Stanley Tucci's taste. Well, you know, my heritage is Italian, and I love movies about Italy. Moonstruck. So I love the music, I love Cher. Without a doubt, my favorite part of Pittsburgh, and I have learned very recently from a good friend, is the Strip District. There's so many nooks and crannies, there's so many things to see and so many things to do. Really a lot of stores that you just don't realize if you just sort of walk through and don't understand what all is available there for you. So the Strip District absolutely is my favorite part of Pittsburgh. Thank you all, and thanks for listening. I hope it helped. I hope people enjoy the Agent Spotlight. In closing, Lou Ryan, Howard Hanna, Pittsburgh. Just to let you know, Howard Hanna has been a really great match for me. The company really aligns itself with my principles, and it's been a great ride.